So I am here with Maiya the Don Dada. Girl,
Yes,
even
yes.
your bits. I'm seeing your name just everywhere. It's like pow, 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 pow. And I have to say, your energy, it like proceeds through everything you do. Like,
Thank
I just
you.
think you have such good energy. And I love how you're just so unapologetically yourself. So I'm really, really happy to have you here today. How you
Yes,
doing?
thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Excited.
Are you in New York now or?
I'm actually in LA. I'm in LA
Oh.
right now.
Oh, you're really in that bag right now.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that, girl. I ain't mad at that.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, obviously, you have blown up as of recently. One of the few New York rappers that you lot just kind of come out of nowhere all of a sudden. Like it was like New York rappers are going a bit quiet after Cardi, and now it's like boom, you're all here now.
Right.
Most famously known, especially over here in the UK, for your song Telfy. You know.
Mhm.
Which I love. Is an absolute bop. It's one of those ones where it's like when I'm doing these eyebrows and I'm doing this makeup, it's like that's the one you want to get on in the car. That's the game before
Yes.
you're going out. So before I ask anything else, I really would love to know who is Maiya The Don.
Maiya The Don is me. She's a mogul. She's an entrepreneur. She's a rapper. She's an artist.
Ooh, I love it.
Just I'm me. I don't
And
really know how
where
else
is
to
it
say.
that you're from? Because you're
I'm
obviously a New
from
Yorker.
Yes, I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, Brooklyn.
Mhm.
Oh, girl, I love that. We know about all the talent from Brooklyn, honey. I mean, Little
Yeah.
Kim, do I need to say more?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What was it like for you then growing up in Brooklyn? And how did that make an impact into your music career?
I mean, it was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was just regular, how I see regular. I've lived in New York my whole life. So it's just very cultural, music playing everywhere, no matter where you go. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I guess being that, I'm always around, like, hip hop music and, like, the music that was playing was, like, Biggie, Jay-Z, like Foxy Brown. That's who I grew up loving, you know?
I love that. 'Cause I feel like you go hard, especially with, I feel like you're a rapper that you don't even need like a backing track. Like you can just freestyle to
Right.
nothing. That's
Right.
crazy. Girl, that
Thank
is
you.
crazy.
Thank
Would you
you.
say any of these who you named have influenced your sound?
Absolutely. All of them, especially Jay-Z. Jay-Z's my favorite rapper in the whole entire world.
Nice.
There's nobody better than him. And I will argue until I'm blue in the face about that.
I love that.
So, yeah, I take little pieces from everyone, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I feel like in music right now, there isn't like a substantial amount of like real New York hip hop, like what it used to sound like,
Mhm.
because everything's so new. And I think being that my favorite rappers are like older
Mhm.
and like, they kind of like were at the forefront of hip hop,
Mhm.
that's why I can kind of rap like that, like a dude almost.
Ah, I mean, you don't sound like a dude, but I reckon you could definitely go bar to bar with some of them,
Okay.
especially some of these UK rappers, which I would love to see. I'll tell you that now. Let's manifest that. I want to see you going bar to bar because you got my vote 100%.
Okay, thank you.
So let's talk about Telfy.
Okay.
Because of course I'm in my bag, I'm in my Telfy. I mean, I want to know the story behind it. First of all, what made you want to jump on a Cisco beat? Because that's a lot of pressure, honey.
Yeah, well, so it's so funny. The beat, produced by Sean Maida, is actually old, and it's when like drill was still kind of new.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's not from New York. Sean is actually from New Zealand,
Oh
so he
wow.
was trying to make like a drill beat and like what he thought was drill.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3, 4 years old by the time I heard him. Um, so I just loved it because I thought the drums were so like non-traditional. It's like, is it drill? Is it not? I just love that.
Mm-hmm.
And like as soon as I heard it, I just literally it was the first thing I heard was like, bad bitch when I'm up in the function. So I wrote the song in like 2 hours.
Oh wow.
I texted my engineer. I was like, hey, can you record me tomorrow? Before I even wrote the song. And he's like, oh, not tomorrow, but I can the next day. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, cool. And then I just did it. And the rest is history.
The rest is history. Hello. And you know what? I watched the video as well because I actually came across you because it was on TikTok. And I remember people were posting clips like, who is this girl? She's hard. And it was the music video. So I went straight to YouTube and I was like, right, I need to see who this girl is. And one of the things that was so refreshing to me, and it's definitely something I want to touch on throughout this interview, is your confidence, but also you being more of a plus size girl, because I feel like there's never, every time you see like people that are blown and the image of pretty in the industry is always like BBLs. It's more BBLs than it is normal bodies. So to see you in there, just being yourself, your confident self, I was like, for me as a plus size girl myself, I was like, this is what I'm talking about. We need to see, because I don't know if it's like that so much in the US, but here it's like you don't see like girls that are bigger seen as like the beauty icons unless they've got a BBL or they like live in a waist trainer. Do you see what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like what I want to know as well is, how has your audience, have you had people kind of reach out to you, like maybe from like bigger girls where they've been so supportive or just really happy to see? Yeah.
Actually, it's so funny. Like, that's like a majority of the messages that I was getting. Like, you know, like I noticed that when people were like commenting on the video, they made it a point to like acknowledge the representation in bodies that's in the video, or even me, like, you know, being plus size, which is so, it's so like odd. Well, not odd, but like I don't know how to explain it. It's just I never really even, I guess because I'm just so comfortable with how I look and I love my body, and I'm, you know, I have no desire to like change it in any way. It's like I just kind of carry myself like whatever, because I think I'm beautiful. So it's like if I'm walking around and I'm like I'm the baddest bitch in the room, you have no choice but to believe it, and you have no choice but to respect it. I love that people feel represented by me, and that, you know, they feel like, okay, now I feel like I can do this because I see Maiya The Don doing it. But it's like, I feel like I'm not even doing much, you know? So it's like, it feels so, it's like really humbling to be like receiving those messages and like, you know, making women feel good about themselves just for me existing, you know? And like, even like the girls in the video, those are just my homegirls. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like purposely put certain people in it because they look a certain way. It's just, those is really just my homegirls, and we was all existing. I feel like because of, you know, the BBLs, or like, you know, the women that we're seeing that are like popular or whatever, they all do look a certain way. I feel like people just forget what natural people look like natural people look like. So it's not like I'm like some like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm doing anything extravagant. It's not like I, you know, am like the top peak of beauty for fat women or anything like that. It's just people forget what natural people look like. It's like most women have stomachs. Like most women's gonna have stretch marks. Most women are gonna have cellulite. That's just the reality of the situation. So
I love that. I love that. I mean, you inspired me. When I saw it, I was just so happy. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was just like, yeah, you got a popping rapper who's not got a BBL, who is literally wearing her confidence. Like, have you always been confident?
Absolutely. That's what's like, I've always felt like I was the biggest in the room, but it was because I was bullied. And I felt like from very young, I felt like if I was super nice and super happy and super smiley and just comfortable with who I was, people would really just have no choice but to be nice to me. It's like if I'm everybody's friend, then they won't be mean to me. You know, that's how I kind of like thought about things. So that translated into just me being, you know, comfortable. Like, can't nobody put me down if I don't allow them to. And the first step in not allowing nobody to put me down is feeling comfortable with who I am. So I just always been like, and like, there's no, I feel like everybody should feel that way about themselves. Like, if you feel like you're the most beautiful girl in the room, it's hard to feel like you're not, you know, like you're telling yourself over and over and over and over and over. It's like, you know, I am the beauty standard. Everybody loves to say that. I am the beauty standard. Like, there is no other beauty standard if it's not me. And it may not be a reality, but in that way, I love being delusional. You know what I'm saying? I love being delusional in that way. It may not be true to everybody else, but it's the goddamn truth to me, and that's all that matters because I live for myself and not for anybody else.
I love that. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to take that down to myself. I'm gonna have to keep reminding myself that, because honestly, like, Jesus, the gems in the interview, and we're not even 5 minutes in. I love it. Honestly, like, I think that is so important, and thank you for saying that, because I think other women, we get so like caught up in this BBL world now that we do think to ourselves, because we don't look like these other girls. And like in the UK, for example, there's this like London girl makeup where it's like all the girls in London. I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok.
Yes, I
like
have.
there's this similar aesthetic where it's like you have to have a lace front, you have to have lashes all the time, you have to have, you know, full face beat, even if you're just going to the corner shop. And it's impacting so much. And it's like the girls like myself who don't always want to wear a lace front, or will literally leave my house in my bonnet and my do-rag and no lashes, that we're not seen as beautiful anymore. So that is so important to hear. And I think to see you doing so well and I just love it. Like even in your Instagram post when you're like, pretty bitch stand up and all this sort of stuff. And I'm just like, I love the confidence, and you're talented as well. So it's like you're a double whammy. You're an ultimate threat, Maiya. You really are. You really are.
Thank you.
Do you have any advice for any rapper that are wanting to, you know, get into music properly, who are maybe plus size or who don't fit to society's beauty? Do you have any advice for them?
I say don't think about it too much. You know, I did not go into, you know, making music thinking, okay, I have to lose this much weight or I have to change myself in this way in order to, you know, for people to like me, you know. And my talent speaks for itself. And if you're talented and you work hard and you're consistent, there's really nothing anybody can say to you or, you know, tell you no. They can't tell you no when it's right in their face, you know. You can't deny talent.
I love that.
That's my advice.
You've got such a great mindset.
I looked up to my mom's a businesswoman. She owns a daycare. And just watching my mom like handle business and like do things like pay people and all that stuff, like I just watched my mom do everything. My mom's a Caribbean woman, so she's been working since she was 13.
Hey, whereabouts?
Okay, my mom's from Jamaica. I'm adopted. So my mom is from Jamaica, but I'm,
Are you?
Yeah, I'm adopted.
Yes. Oh, I love that. That's amazing. Yeah. There's always a negative stereotype with people who have been adopted, like that they're like, you know what I mean? There's never really much positive, but then I know so many adopted people who are so successful. And it's like where you come from or who is your family is your family. It doesn't matter if they're, you know?
Exactly. I mean, I was adopted when I was older. I know my birth family, I knew that. But I like made the decision to be adopted. It's the best thing I ever did in my life. There's nothing that anybody can say or do that would make me feel like, you know, I'm weird for being adopted or, you know, something wrong with me or like I couldn't do anything. The reason why I'm adopted is the reason I can do everything. And I believe so strongly that there's nothing I can't do, you know?
I love it. And you know, when you're raised by a Jamaican,
okay,
you're conditioned into that. You know what I mean? There's no getting away from nothing to us. I love that. So with the Telfy track, now I need to know, has the sales of Telfy gone up since you dropped the track? Because I didn't know what a Telfy was until I heard your song. I'll be real.
Listen, the girls know. I feel like Telfy bags were always just like in New York, it's like a Chanel bag. You know what I'm saying? Like you just an it girl if you had a Telfy. They're really hard to get. And so I remember just wanting one so bad. And when I finally got one, I was just like obsessed. So I just kept buying them. So saying I'm in my Telfy was just so real to me because I had about like 8 of them at that by that. Yeah. So I know. So like in New York, they were really popular. But then I feel like after I dropped the song, it was just like, come on. Like, I just kind of made it cool because there's certain people that try to shit on them. Like, they just not good enough. But, like, that's weird.
And your looks in the video, was that all you?
Yes, that was all me. That was all me. I literally, so I put the snippet out when Telfy was trending because they just had the collab with Rainbow. That's the story here. But they were trending like, oh, are they cute? Are they not? Oh, it's just a regular bag. Blah. I was like, oh, this would be the great time to drop the snippet. Mind you, I had just recorded a song like 3 weeks earlier, and just by chance they were trending. So I put the snippet out and went crazy. And I was like, oh, okay. And people were like, drop it, drop it, drop it. And I was like, okay. But I wanted to make a video for it. So I was like, I literally, from when I dropped the snippet, 4 days later, I recorded the video, like rushed. I was like, this is the best I can do with what I got right now. Like, you want the song, you want me to drop it like within this 1 week time frame. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my best. So everything was like moving really fast. And yeah, I dropped the snippet, recorded the video 4 days later. And then a week after the Friday I recorded the video is when it dropped. So yeah, everything was on me. Me and my best friend, we were just like, from 6 a.m. until like 8 p.m. We were just acting crazy, trying to get everything together.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. It looks so professional, like you had like the whole production team behind it and everything.
Well, I had a production team, you know, I had hired people. It was just so last minute. I wish, like, I almost think about like redoing it, like making another video and really putting my vision into place. Cause I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do it real quick, it just gotta be the most New York and like just real bad bitch video ever. It's like,
I mean, you was in the gal was in the beauty shop getting the pack of lashes. When I saw that, I was like, I like this girl.
Because that's just so me. Like, I live in the supply store. I'm in there like every week. That's why they let me record in there, because I'm there all the time. And they was like, all right, girl, we're gonna let you rock, but only for a little bit because you're disturbing the people.
So since then, I feel like all you've done is elevate. I mean, you've just featured on Flo Milli's Conceited remix. Feeling myself, I'm conceited.
Yes.
I was like, wow, I was not going to put you two together, but I love it. I am mad at that. How did that come about?
So Flo Milli brought me out to her when she was on tour, and she came to New York and she brought me out for both dates. And she's so sweet and so kind. And I think we just really enjoyed ourselves. And so like a week, maybe two later, after we did the performance, her team reached out and was like, hey, we would love for you to do the remix. And this is like, I'm getting ready to get in a bed. Like, I'm going to sleep. My manager was like, hey, they want you to do the Flo Milli remix for Conceited. I said, are you fucking dumb? Of course. So the next day, literally got up, went to the studio. She got her verse back by 4 p.m. Because I don't fuck around, okay?
Yeah, you're on it like Sonic, girl.
I don't fuck around. I was like, here you go. It was mixed, all of that. By 4 o'clock, she had it. And I was like, yeah.
When these sort of last minute kind of requests come in, then do you like sit, like, what's your thought process at the time? Like, do you like, how do you think about what you're going to start rapping about? Or does it just literally come to you?
It just comes to me. I know that. So going in, I was like, all right, I have to match her energy. Flo Milli is so theatrical and she's so fun and bubbly. And I was just like, okay, I just need to match that. Whatever I say, whatever I do, it just has to be to that level. Cause I feel like I'm kind of like scary when I rap. I'm like, so I was like, don't go in there barking, Maya. You have to like, you know, be cutesy and just match her energy. So I listened to the song maybe 40 times, but like at night. And then when I went into the studio, I was like, okay, press record and we're going to see what comes out. And then I did that like 3 times and chose what I like the best.
What's the response been like so far?
It's been great. Everybody loves it. I'm so excited. I was like, oh, what if they hate it? Because I really contemplated on redoing my verse. I was like, I don't know if I like it. I struggle with that. I think that's like the only thing I'm like super like hard on myself about is like my music. I'm super tough on myself. I scrap songs in the middle of writing it. Like literally just last night I was in the studio and I was writing and I was like, this doesn't sound like a hit. I'm not even gonna finish it. You know, I'm really tough on myself. I feel like everything has to be like bow, 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 or it's corny, you know? So I was like, oh, maybe I should change it. And my manager was like, no, don't do it. Are you dumb? And the engineer was like, no, keep it. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm not going to listen to it anymore. And then I'm going to just ignore it until it come out. So yeah, I literally like listened to it nonstop for like 2 days after I recorded it. And I was like, no more, because I'm going to hate it. I'm going to hate the song and it's just not going to be good. So I was like, just keep the song away from me until it come out or it's not going to come out.
What was it like, first of all, before I go on to my next question, like performing, especially performing Telfy?
Oh my gosh. I loved it. It was my favorite thing ever. I love performing. Yeah. I'm never nervous. I'm never like, oh my God, what if, you know? I just love performing. The Flo Milli was actually my first performance ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was my first performance ever and my first time
Big
performing.
deal.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I was like, oh my God, what if they don't like me? Da, da, da. They're not here to see me. They're here to see Flo Milli. But she was also on tour with Mona Leo. She opened up. So I'm standing at the top of the venue. Like there's like 2 levels. And Mona Leo's performing. And I feel like someone's staring at me. So I like look down, like, who's staring at me? And the guy goes, oh my God, it's Maiya The Don. And the whole crowd goes crazy. I was like, ooh, they know me. I
Of
was like, oh my
course.
God, they know me. And then after that, I was like, just never nervous ever again.
Do you ever get at this stage, maybe it's a bit too early, but do you ever get any imposter syndrome?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I say that all the time. I get it all the time. It really doesn't feel like, it feels like it's happening to someone else. And I'm
Okay.
just like watching. Like maybe it's happening to someone else, but I'm just like there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like I'm like a part of the entourage. But I think there are like moments that have happened that's like, girl, this is you. Like when I seen the billboard, like I was on the billboard, or like when like Fabio Foreign, I don't know if you know who Fabio
Yeah,
Foreign
we know
is. Yeah.
Fabio here, yeah.
Like he like loves me. That's like my best friend. He's like, Maiya Mix Maiya, what's going on? I don't know why he calls me that, but he does. So it's
So
like,
wait, are we gonna see you two in the studio then, or
oh, it's already happened, babe.
really? When is that dropping?
Absolutely.
I've not seen that.
Because it's just been a little like,
Oh, okay. I
I
was
just
gonna
want
say
to,
I'll be looking out for that. So
yes, yes, yes.
is there anyone right now who you're really, bar Jay-Z, but like in the kind of new age rappers, especially female rappers, that you're really like, yeah, I'm kicking with them. Besides Flo Milli, of course.
Right. I'm a really big fan of Lotto. I'm a really big fan of Lakia. I actually, excuse me, I actually like all the new girls. I feel like everybody has come to the table with something different. I love the individuality. I just, but what I will say is they haven't been vigilant enough in asking me for my verse. Like, what's going on? I want a song with all of you.
What is your type when it comes to men?
Ooh, I don't really have a type, but I prefer my man chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I like me a little brown, little dark skin thing. You know what I'm saying? But I just like a man I can learn from, somebody who, you know what I'm saying? I don't like them like, you know what I don't like? It's easy to tell you why I don't like them, what I do like. I don't like hood boys. I don't
Really?
like gangsters. No, ma'am. Give me a
But you're from
basketball.
Brooklyn. There's hella
Yeah, exactly.
gangsters.
That's exactly why I don't like them.
Okay.
Know them all too well. No, thank you. I want a basketball player. Give me somebody in tech. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something like that. I don't want no hood boy. I don't like it. Get out of my face.
No.
Nope. I
Would you
don't need
date
the
a
stress.
fellow rapper?
I wouldn't.
No?
I don't like rappers. You know who I like?
Mm.
I don't like rappers. I like the managers. I
Ew.
don't like rappers. I like the A&Rs. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I don't. I like a man behind the scenes because I don't like men that talk too much, and I also don't like men that do too much. I don't like if I look at you and you start like if you jumping up and down in the club and you dancing and shit, automatically ew,
Yeah.
ew. What are you doing? Ew. I see you put hookah to your lips. Ew.
Not the hookah, honey.
Man, I hate that.
What does give you the ick when it comes to men?
I don't like when men sag their pants. It disgusting. I don't
I
like that.
mean, was that not left in 2002?
You would think. You would think. I don't like that. I hate a sag in my pants boy. I hate a boy who want to be like a fashionista. Like who wants to put on all types of belts that sparkle and bracelets and you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. It's just like put on your white tee and your jeans and a chain and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I don't like men that talk too much. If you want to be everybody's best friend and you want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. Like, you just want to be the loudest and biggest person in the room. I don't like that. I also don't like boys who are stupid. Like, how you spell that word? Or like when they type a certain way, like purposely misspell words. I hate that. When you text this phone, type right. If you text this phone, you better spell correctly. I can't stand that. I think I think that's all my eggs.
So what is next for you? What's coming up for Maiya The Don? What's 2023 looking like? And when are you coming to the UK as well?
Oh my gosh, I want to go to the UK so bad. You know, I almost purchased tickets to Flo.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna buy tickets to their tour, but then they just announced their North American tour. So I was like, oh, I'm outside.
Yeah.
But I want to go to the UK so bad. It's just the only thing is I heard the food is not good.
Do you know that we've got a mixture of different foods? Like there's loads of Jamaican foods, loads of Thai foods. UK is very diverse. So you could come here and find loads of different type of foods. There's loads of American diners here as well. Especially if you come to London. London's got like
I want to go to London to get the Jamaican food. I know it's crazy.
Hit me up. Get Eric to hit me up when you're here because I know some spots. I will take you. You will like. What's 2023 looking like for you though?
2023 look like a takeover. You're just gonna turn around and it's just gonna be done everywhere. I'm gonna just be right in everybody's face until they get sick of me, and then I'm gonna be in it 3 times more because yeah. So you can expect more music, more visuals, just everything from me.
I love it. I love it. And my final question before I let you go is for those who are going to watch this interview and be like, okay, who's this guy? They're going to go search you up. What makes you stand out from the rest? And why should people listen to Maiya The Don?
Because I can actually rap. No.
She said, no auto-tune, honey.
No, man. I feel like everybody is my best friend. If you're not my best friend, then you're my cousin on my daddy's side. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I make good music, and I like to make people laugh and smile and feel good about themselves. So if you don't know me now, you do. You need to get to know me better, period.
I love that. I love that. Well, Maiya, it's been an absolute pleasure.